Hi guys, it's me. I wanted to record a quick book review for you. This book I picked up, or I downloaded, I would say about 3 or 4 months ago. And all the girls at work read it with me, and it was this huge thing around at my work, and you know, we all got really into it, and then it exploded into this huge phenomenon, whatever you want to call it, and the author is on all these news stations and like the Today Show getting interviewed, and you know, I don't think anybody saw that coming. But anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that I read it, and I wanted to give you a quick review. Now, I can't get really too deep into the book because it is pretty R-rated, and I don't know how to discuss that. Sorry, my dogs are freaking out. I don't really know how to discuss that on the camera without giving too much away. But anyway, it is 50 Shades of Grey, of course, by Miss E.L. James. And this is my Nook. I downloaded it on this. And like I said, I downloaded it at least 3 or 4 months ago. I mean, it was while I was still, I'm on summer vacation now, so it was while I was still at work and we were all reading it together. And please correct me if I'm wrong, this is the information that I understood from like the interviews I've seen and everything. But it was originally fan fiction. It was a fan fiction novel. And I've read several fan fiction stories. Jasper! Sorry. I've read several fan fiction stories. I've read Wide Awake, of course, which I heard about that story from Leisha X Parkage on YouTube. I've read, oh gosh, like a lot that I don't know. I'm going to set that out there. I don't know what, like, I just read them. They're all Twilight fan fiction. And from what I understand, 50 Shades of Grey was originally a Twilight fan fiction. I think their original name was Master of the Universe or something like that. I found it online and I've read a little bit of it, and it's the exact same story, only with Bella and Edward. So I don't know. I need to read a little bit further, but I don't know if E.L. James wrote the fan fiction first, or you know, or I have no idea. So please explain it to me if you guys know. I just know that it was Twilight fan fiction originally, and I did watch an interview with her where she said, you know, the reason why she wrote it was because of Stephenie Meyer. She was very inspired by Stephenie Meyer and decided to write a book about S&M and bondage and all kinds of dirty things. And okay, so I guess I should give you the backstory of how I found out about it. My friend Bobby, Bella's gonna stand there the whole time. We have sort of an unofficial book club where we read a bunch of the same books at the same time, just so we can discuss them via text message. And we're looking for a new series because The Moral Instruments, the last book came out, which I'm working on now. That review's coming. And like we were kind of out of stuff. Like there was nothing. I haven't started Bloodlines yet, the Vampire Academy side series. I'm gonna start that pretty soon, as I finish this last Mortal Instruments book. But she texted me one day and she said, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna break down and read it. And I was like, read what? And she's like, 50 Shades of Grey. And I was like, what is that? I'd never heard anything about it. And she said, oh, it's this big, like, dirty, nasty, like, porno novel, basically. And I said, all right, let's do this thing, because I've read romance novels before, and they're good. I mean, they're cheesy, and they're so predictable, and it's, I mean, but it's good to occupy your time. I had no idea how obsessed I would get with this series, because it's, I don't know, you just can't stop reading. I read all 3 books in like 2 weeks, and then it was like, okay, what do I do? But it's really good. I will say though, like, I won't say, oh my gosh, this is the best book I've ever read, because you can, I mean, I don't know, I'm not an author, I feel, and I'm not a book critic, so I mean, take my opinion with a grain of salt, but I feel like the biggest flaws was the 2 main things that I noticed that drove me crazy while I was reading were the pacing of the book and the repetitiveness of the book. Like, it was, seriously, Anastasia is the main character, and then Christian Grey is the big CEO that she meets, and then they have this whole tumultuous relationship. And I won't give you like a synopsis. I mean, pretty much everybody knows what this book's about. But anyway, it irritated me because it's ridiculous stuff that happens in a matter of 24 hours. Like, you're just like, what? I mean, this isn't right, but I mean, this doesn't actually happen in the book. But it's like, well, I met Christian Grey, and then we had sex, and then I discovered my evil twin sister, and then there was an earthquake, and then she crams so much stuff into one day. I remember several times as I was reading it, I was thinking, okay, surely at least a week has gone by. Nope. The next morning I wake up and you're like, what? That all happened in a day? Like, what? That's the only, like, that's the main thing. And the repetitiveness, I swear if I read Beguiled or Mercurial one more freaking time in this book, I was like, oh. And okay, romance novels, they have sex, fine. This is like too much. Like, by the end of the book, I was like, okay, I don't even care. I hope they don't, because I'm over it. Like, it's not it's not fun anymore. we all know what's gonna happen. You know when it's setting up for it. But those are the only two things. It was good. It did have a good plot, especially the second book. I liked the second book much, 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 much more than the first book. And then the third book, it was, I mean, it took me like 200 pages to get into it. I was like, okay, they're on, oh, I can't give it away. But anyway, if you've read them, you know why it takes, like, the beginning of the third book is kind of like, ugh, boring. But the second book was really good because his exes come in, and oh, it's so good. But overall, I mean, it was a really good plot. There's some pretty steamy scenes. I think that what saves a lot of people, because a lot of people, like, a lot of friends that I have are very conservative, never read a romance novel before, whereas I've read like 20. You know, very like, oh, no, we can't, this is not, no, I can't read that. I think the saving grace for it, if you haven't read it and you've heard about it and you're not sure, is that Anastasia, the girl, the main girl in it, feels the way that the rest of us feel. Like, when she hears about what Christian wants to do, she's like, no, wait, what? Like, she's not on board with it. I think that if she'd have been like, yeah, let's do this, then it wouldn't have had the mass appeal that it's had. But the fact that she's normal and thinks, oh my gosh, he's like gorgeous, but I don't know if this is worth it, like, you know what I mean? I think that that is what kind of keeps people interested. Because I remember when I was reading it, when I came to the contract, Christian has a contract for her, I was like, oh my god, I can't do this, and I don't get offended by anything. Like, seriously, I don't get offended or judge anybody on anything. And I was like, well, yeah, I don't know if I want to keep reading this. But like, her internal monologue, I guess, or she's like, this is not okay, no, people don't do this. I think that's its saving grace. So if you're debating on reading it and you don't know if you like it, at least there's that. But other than that, check it out. Decide for yourselves. I mean, and please fill me in the comments if you know more about the fan fiction thing. I'm really interested to know. I haven't heard. I don't know. So, yeah, it is going to be made, what I heard was it's going to be made into a movie. And last I heard was they were considering Ian Somerhalder and Alexander Skarsgård, which I will be happy and in heaven either way, as Christian Grey. I hope that's true. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to make a movie at all without it being NC-17, because I'm telling you, some of the scenes are pretty steamy. But we'll see. I mean, you never know. I think they'll make anything into a movie now. You know what I mean? But yeah, just let me know if you've read it, what do you think about it, if I'm totally off base with my complaints. But the next Mortal Instruments book 5, City of Lost Souls, isn't that it? Yeah, I'm reading it right now. As soon as I finish, that review will be up. I'm like, don't hold your breath for that, because I'm taking my time, because the next book doesn't come out until 2014, which, seriously, Cassandra Clare, if you watch this, I'm so mad about that, I can't even see straight. I'm so mad about it being released in 2014. Really? Really? No. I'm sorry. Next year, maybe. Even that feels too long for me. Like, 2014? Nobody's gonna care anymore, Cassandra Clare. Come on. Move this release date up. Okay? So, that's coming, and then the Bloodlines review is coming, because I'm gonna try and read all that this summer. But anyway, I will see you guys later, and enjoy the book.